What's up, guys? Welcome back to another reaction video, and today we're going to be reacting to Katt Williams on Shannon Sharp podcast, and it's probably the most viral video on social media at the moment. And my cousin hasn't seen any of this. He might have seen like one clip that I showed him, and I thought it'd be a good idea. And we literally just came out of work to record this, so there's nothing too serious about this video. Just going off our conspiracies and see my cousin's reaction.
Yep,
let's do this.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I have another one of these.
Amen. Amen.
I would have been so buzzed on a podcast like that.
All right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
He's probably so nervous.
Want to know why did he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Oh, because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script.
Damn.
How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I
Maybe
can't
that's
let Ricky
Disney's
Smiley
next
say
star.
he was supposed to play Money Mike. Because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing.
Didn't he win an award for that?
I told him to go get the Prowler.
Yeah, I think he won an Emmy for that.
I told him to paint it purple.
Or nominated for an Emmy.
I told him don't have an actor at playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that no one's ever heard. Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. And, like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey was never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that?
25 years ago.
It was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man.
Buy a house. Huge house.
What are you talking about? They think they
can rewrite 15 grand a week.
A week.
Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store on Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric
that's 60 grand a month.
And Tiffany Haddish,
bro, he was making money
back in the day. Yeah,
all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any...
This is crazy, bro, because I'm a huge Kevin Hart fan, and I remember this. When I was a kid, I didn't see Kevin Hart on anything until Soul Plane.
Really?
Soul Plane was the first thing I've ever seen him on. And that was like, dude, man, that was... I saw like the year after it came out. That was like 2003, 2002? That was a long time ago. But he came out of nowhere and he was the main star of the movie. and I never heard of him, never seen him, nothing. How do you get like a star overnight like that?
Wait, he was?
He was the main. He was what do you call it, the main star of, and that movie had a lot of stars in it.
Well, yeah, because it had
It had Snoop Dogg. It had
and-
Terry Crews. It had a bunch of other people. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but they had a lot of black celebrities in it. And Kevin Hart was the number one out of all of them. That's crazy, bro. That's tough.
I don't even remember the first time I even saw Kevin Hart.
Yeah, because I seen him on that, and then I saw him on a 40-Year-Old Virgin after that. But in 40-Year-Old Virgin, he played just a side character that came in a couple times, but nothing
Comedy
rememberable.
club.
That's
He
pretty
already
crazy.
had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think
that's a lot
a
of-
plant is?
Because like for a big company to invest in him, in someone that they don't know or have any backing, that's tough. Because you can't just go to any random comedian like, hey dude, do you want to have a leading role of our movie? Like that's tough, man. Like you're sacrificing hundreds of, well, not maybe 100 mil, 50 mil. I don't know how much it took to make that movie.
Maybe people
But
don't
it's still a lot of
understand the
money, man.
definitions of these words.
It's crazy.
He just
I didn't
did
see the
his
sitcom that he was talking about.
documentary
I didn't
with
see that one
Chris
either.
Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
That,
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing?
Exactly. How did he do that? I didn't think about that until I saw this podcast. I was like, dude, wait. He's right. If he blew up in Los Angeles, then how come in his documentary he talked about how he blew up in the East Coast? You can't do that, dude, because there's no social media. You can't blow up on two places at the same time.
Exactly.
How the hell? That dude is something shady right
By
there.
blow up, like, what did he mean? Like, exactly.
Like how he became a star. Soul Plane made him a star, but what made him what made him a candidate to have a leading role? That's tough. Like you have to have like good credentials to, like, could you imagine people like, for example, I don't know, think of any movie where like Tom Holland, he had to like do something big to get the Spider-Man role.
Well, I know that there's some actors that still audition to this day to get a role.
But I don't know, man. That's tough to get a leading role
But for back in the day, for him to get just a role just like that, I don't know.
out of nowhere, and he was only there for a year.
And for him to blow up the other side of the country.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's the craziest part, because like all of us are used to like social media, but like,
Yeah.
oh, it doesn't matter if you blew up here because they could just send the video somewhere else too. I'm like, no, not back then. Not back then. They didn't have video footage.
What year did Soul Plane came
Dude,
out?
it's old, man. I don't have my phone's connected to here. I can't tell, but it's old, dude. Like early 2000s to late 90s.
I don't know why I put Soul Plane 2. 2004.
2004 is when it dropped. That's crazy. So in 2003, he must have did something to get the leading role to get 2004.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That's crazy.
It didn't
That's
happen.
crazy.
It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people.
Damn.
That's why.
Bars.
You know what the number
Bars.
one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Damn.
Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I...
Now, Gary Owen, you know who that is?
Gary
It's a
Owen?
white guy that got married to this one black girl. I don't remember her name, but he was big. He was very popular in the early 2010s and late 2000s, and he did stand up. And he got really, really popular because how funny he is in movies and stuff like that. He was even in the movie Think Like a Man, the white guy in there.
Oh.
That's him. But he got divorced to that black girl, and then he's never been seen again. I'm telling you, bro, he got blackballed after the divorce. I don't know what happened, what he did, or I don't know what, but you just never hear him again.
I say ain't
Wild.
the case.
It's wild. And he
It's
was
a cabal.
he was
It's
in
a-
that group
it's
for
a
like
consortium.
a decade, and they just got kicked
They
him out.
rock with who they rock with, and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources, and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I
So little.
guarantee you
He's
it won't.
little.
Wow.
He's like a little cute little
Because Shannon
cute.
Sharp got to be a
Little-
different
little
person
baby.
than that other
Little
person.
little baby.
Little baby.
Absolutely.
And he always
Baby
was.
Williams.
That
Baby
doesn't
Katt.
change when I change
He
teams.
stood
That
up,
remains the
crouched,
same.
and stayed the same
That's how a
height.
legacy is built.
So-
all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do?
Bruh. Two things there. He called out Harvey Weinstein before the women started calling him out. That should give him some type of cred. That has to be some type of street cred somewhere right there. Alone. That alone. And then, not only that, but Harvey Weinstein went both ways. Men and women he was doing shit to. Bro.
He
This
did
is
all
crazy.
of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the
And they bow?
shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only
Alright, so but I'm gonna cut it here. There's a good example of this with the Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee show. So Pat McAfee had Aaron Rodgers on there, and they were talking about COVID and all kinds of stuff, right? And a lot of it was conspiracy, obviously, because it's hard to have facts on those big companies because
Yeah.
obviously they paid to delete articles. So it's hard to bring that stuff up, and Aaron Rodgers was doing that, and Pat McAfee was somewhat on the side of Aaron Rodgers. Well, that video blew up a lot, and it looks like Pat McAfee got in trouble by his superiors, and I would say that because the next episode they had on air, Pat McAfee had to make it clear that Aaron Rodgers is never allowed to go on the show again.
Dang.
He's banned on Pat McAfee after talking about COVID. Yep. They're not allowed to have that conversation.
But why did
Bro,
he start saying things about like COVID and all that?
because I don't know, someone brought it up because of I don't know who brought it up. I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched the highlights or something like that, snippets. But still, like they look cordial. Like Pat McAfee was agreeing with a lot of stuff he was saying. So does that mean Pat McAfee's gonna be banned too? But
Maybe-
he didn't.
maybe-
He had a
maybe-
contract.
Maybe not now, but in the
Not
future.
now. Once that contract's over, McAfee gone. He's gonna be on Rumble.
problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore.
Damn.
Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars.
Damn.
What? You called
The
Ocean
disrespect on
11 to
Bernie
get that
19,
nigga's
bro.
part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever
all truth.
been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no.
Damn.
Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey
I don't know
don't
who
do
Faison
stand
is.
up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write.
Steve Harvey, I don't know who that is. Like stand up wise, I don't know any of his stand up. I just know him on
On Family Feud.
That's it. That's all I know him on.
Me too.
Yeah, Bernie Mac stand up. That's gold, dude. It's gold. I remember when me and Brian, we were at Foot City when we found out that he died. We were in Foot City. You know they have those magazines on the racks or something like that, like in the aisles.
Yeah.
And it said Bernie Mac passed away, and me and Brian were in shock, dude. We're like, what? No way, dude. We watch all his movies, bro. We watch all his stand-ups. I showed him to Eric. Eric got obsessed with him. We watched Soul Plane, not Soul Plane, Mr. 3000. We saw his last movie was with him and Samuel L. Jackson and this other dude, this famous dude. And what they do is like, oh man, what was it called? Soulman. That movie's awesome, bro. He's a dog, mother. It was funny because like he not broke in, but he like opened this door like really hard of Samuel Jackson's house, and then Bernie Mac comes in, and then Samuel Jackson's like, dude, what are you doing? You're lucky my dog don't come out and bite you. And then Bernie Mac's like, you the dog, mother. Bro, that movie, if you guys haven't seen that movie, you guys definitely have to watch it. It's a must flick. But that was his last movie. At the end, they'll say like, rest in peace to Bernie and all that. Dude, man, that sucks, dude. He was a superstar, megastar.
Right. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that.
That's true.
Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that
Ricky
work.
Smiley.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100 city tour. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay. Let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we'll get some...
I want to protect him real quick, because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealing from Cedric.
Cedric.
Okay.
You had said in 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right.
Let me show you, Junior and audience, what he's talking about here.
This is the joke that Katt Williams says
Look
Cedric
at
the
this.
Entertainer stole from him. We are going
2000,
to do a side-by-side
1998,
Big comparison
both
as
on
well
TV.
As a little research
How
to
similar
get
is
an
that?
Official answer to whether or not the joke was truly stolen or just a little similar. Katt Williams' premise.
It's
Black
not
people listen to their music so loud that they can't even hear it when their car turn off. Cedric the Entertainer's premise. Black people could fly a spaceship to the moon like a 72 deuce and a quarter. Now, the first obvious similarity is that they both start out bouncing to music the same exact way. The next obvious similarity is how they are turning the wheel. That's almost identical, but Cedric the Entertainer is turning it a little wider because he got a bigger spaceship wheel. Now, this is where they part ways, and Cedric the Entertainer could probably maybe say my joke is completely different because Katt Williams has to get out of the car when it stops to get it back started, and he starts directing traffic. However, Cedric the Entertainer cannot get out of the spaceship because, he'll float off into the empty void of space, no gravity, no oxygen, you get the picture and all of that. However, he does mimic the directing traffic part. So he's still kind of on the same story beats. But that ends here because the climax or biggest punchline of Katt Williams' joke is when he had to give the car a push and hop back in, start it up, and start back riding, listening to his music.
That used to be me in my
Cedric
car.
the Entertainer gave 2 different responses.
Yeah, I don't care about the responses. But that's basically the context because I didn't know myself. I had to educate myself on that. Dude, it's almost exactly the same thing. You'll notice as well, the footstepping of the gas is the same one too.
Yeah.
He's doing everything the same, spinning the wheel, but Katt Williams said a car. He'll do a spaceship. Why the And people, how can they relate to a spaceship? You're talking to your audience. How are they gonna relate to a spaceship? It's not a good joke. And another thing is, that's Katt Williams' gold joke. That's his best joke at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He said it himself. That was his best joke. And to see something like that happen, I would have been heated, dude.
I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, yeah. So
let's go ahead and clear that up.
Okay.
You said,
yeah.
I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes. But then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back
Mark Curry
in the lab
again. He's talking about Mark Curry a lot.
To be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998. I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy.
Wow.
And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship.
I don't promote violence, but damn. But damn, dude, that's
Steve
tough.
had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times, and Katt didn't do as I stand before you. Shannon.
He's standing.
Oh, yes?
Not sitting. He's not crouching.
Okay, okay. Oh.
I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that act right there.
A short, skinny cat punching a fat Cedric in the stomach.
Why would you downplay me like that?
His hand just gets sucked up into
his pass if you were just gonna lie. And so that's what I'm saying.
His belly button's gonna absorb his body.
Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy.
Dude,
dang,
dude, look at that group.
That's messed up, though.
Dude, think about that group. Cedric the Entertainer. He's not that big, but he's big, right? Then you have Steve Harvey, which is huge in all TV show industry, right? He's the biggest.
Yeah.
Then you have Ricky Smiley, which is the dude who plays a woman, Medea. That's him. And then you have Kevin Hart as well. Bro, that's tough, bro. How you go against all that by yourself? Because it looks like he's by himself. Dave Chappelle, obviously. Remember? Around this time, didn't Dave Chappelle leave to Africa? The 2000s. He left Africa. He let go of a $100 million contract or something like that, and went to Africa. No one knows why. And then he came back. He's like, dude, it's because Hollywood was too crazy for him. He wanted to leave, and he did. He left.
And he went over there.
He went to Africa.
Dang.
He didn't tell anyone he went to Africa until he came back. Imagine being the biggest TV superstar, because he was the biggest, and then next year leaves, vanishes. That shit don't make sense. Something must have gone down with the group he's talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe Harvey Weinstein was like, hey, get on all fours. I don't know, man. It makes you think now, dude.
Then they sometimes have a problem, but
remember, didn't they say Terry Crews was touched as well?
Because that's all you know me for.
And he said that Adam Sandler was in there when that happened.
Truth and nothing but the
truth.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no.
That's the other shit thing I was telling you about.
I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them.
Bro, look. He's chasing the drink. He's chasing that story with a drink.
Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
That is crazy.
Katt, man.
Okay, so information for all of y'all. He goes after P Diddy too, but he didn't have enough time in here. But he goes out. There you go. Diddy, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson. He goes off on all of them. But you know, it's 2.5 hours long. We can't do the whole
because I'm
thing.
favored by.
We're only
God.
watching this
when I see
highlight
people's
version of
wives
it.
and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it.
Yeah.
That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man. So you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want.
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump faked like I want. And that's the whole thing.
God is great
whole
all the
thing,
time.
is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like you can't
That's true.
really have types.
It's hard to put girls in those boxes. You can't do that anymore. I think it's just you date that type of woman and you get a different kind. Like if you like toxic girls, each toxic girl is different because they all have different issues and where the toxicity comes from.
That is crazy. I did not expect the joke to be almost exactly the same.
Bro, that was crazy. I didn't know. I was watching the video and I was like, wow, what does he mean? I'm just gonna go, just believe him. But I watched last night, like at 1 a.m. I was watching a 40-minute video of someone fact checking everything he said there in the podcast, and he got everything right. Everything he said had receipts and dates. It was right. I was like, what the hell?
I saw a video where I think it was, I forgot who, they were on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure, I don't remember 100% if it was either Ellen or if it was some other guest, but Kevin Hart was also on there, and they were mentioning something, I don't know if it was I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to say anything wrong, but.
Just say you're paraphrasing or it's your opinion. Yeah. So, like, we don't know exactly what, like, verbatim what people are saying.
Yeah.
You're just paraphrasing a lot.
And then, in that clip, it shows, because it cuts the camera to Kevin Hart, and it shows him doing this, like be quiet, or like don't say anything.
Yeah, don't say
anything. And then they're like, oh, what? And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they just changed the subject.
It was
weird.
Wow.
It was weird.
It's weird, man. It's weird.
Like, who else? Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Notice that he's also exposing the industry. Not as
And not as hard
as Katt, but
yeah,
he is saying
like,
about.
Did he go crazy too? He went crazy. He went to a hospital.
He did?
Yeah. He blamed it on acting, but I think it was something else. I think it might have been like the integrity part. Like once you lose your integrity, I think your brain just, I don't know, you just get messed up. Maybe you lose respect for yourself, or you just don't care about yourself, or you sell yourself. That's what they talk about, the Illuminati. Maybe this is the Illuminati.
Oh.
Like the group. Like a secret cabal or group.
Well, Jim Carrey was saying about the Illuminati. Like, he was saying stuff about the Illuminati. And I think it was when he was either on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
But
one of the Jimmys.
Yeah, one of the Jimmys.
One of the damn Jimmys, man. I don't watch either one of them now, but they piss me off, bro. I don't, for some reason, like, if you guys want to do something really cool, watch TV shows, like political shows, before 2015 and after 2015. But it's a huge difference. It went from like the Daily Show, the Tonight Show, the Jimmy Show, the Fallon Show, like all those shows. It went from like them talking about like stuff about around the world and things that are funny, like going on and making things funny, like, oh, the mayor did this today, or this governor did this, or there's the catastrophe that this happened, stuff like that, and they make it funny. But then 2015 comes along, and a certain person is running. And then they just start clowning on that single person. It's so weird to have the whole industry clowning on one person. It doesn't work. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like he deserves to be clowned on. Like it's okay to clown on people, but if it's diverse, like we clown on him, we clown on them. Like if they clowned on the opposite person that was running against him as well, it would have been okay. Because like you're not being biased. You're hitting everyone. And I think that as a comedian. And that's what a lot of these comedians do. The ones I like, they hit all sides. They don't like if there's a comedian like, hey, you know what? I only talk crap to this specific type. Then you're like, oh, you're coming off as hate because why? You can make fun out of all kinds of stuff. Why specifically that kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle, dude. Dave Chappelle can make fun of literally grass. He can make a whole joke on grass and how Mexicans cut it.
That's true.
He's great. Yeah, and Katt Williams also talks about how he's close with Dave Chappelle, and he calls Dave Chappelle the best of all time. All right, guys, that was the reaction video. I hope you guys liked it and watched the whole podcast video. It's a crazy video. I'm happy Shannon Sharpe is doing these kind of things. So comedians like him and other humans and actors and celebrities that that left the industry, like the dude that played the Mummy, that guy also disappeared for being touched. So that guy too, the main actor, he left. Well, that guy and tons of others, if they could all come on his podcast and release all the facts of the situation, and also protect Katt Williams. Someone's gonna try to unalive him. Unalive him. So yes, protect Katt Williams is in effect. And if you guys know anything, see anything, please be posting online. You can use anonymous accounts, all kinds of stuff to protect yourselves. All right, guys, it's the end of the episode. Well, end of the reaction video. Please like this video, comment your thoughts on this video, share this with your friends and family, and subscribe to help us grow and have a bigger impact. This is your host, Jose, hitting escape. Peace.